Hello, friends. Welcome to Practical Knowledge Hub. In the series of code complexity, we were learning about how we can remove the code complexity in a practical way. So, in this series, we are going to continue with one more interesting topic, that is code smell. So, the first point is, what is code smell? So, basically, code smell are those indicators in our code that highlights that due to this particular thing we can have the problem in future. So as of now this particular thing is not a problem. Our code is run perfectly fine, it's compiled properly, but it may leads to some serious problem in the upcoming future. And these code smell can be easily identify and fix. These are not the big problem as of now, but they may lead to the bigger problem in future, as we are going to add some functionality in our code. At that time they may generate some problem. Okay, so there are multiple types of code smell, and we can figure it out how we can find the different kinds of code smell. And one of the major code smell is bloater's code smell. So what are the bloaters code smell? So basically, bloaters are the code smell that refers to the part of the code that has grown up to very large, or we can say bloaters are the those code smell which indicates that this particular method is too long, this particular class is too long, and in the methods we are having the n numbers of parameters, and if any particular code is duplicate in the multiple files, so that means these are the bloaters. Okay, we will see each and every bloaters by the example. So let's move to the first type of bloater example, that is long method bloater. So previously, so let's move to the code. So I have added these code sml example. So let's see. So this is the long method bloater code smell example, and in this example we can see we are having a customer class, and we can also see the its complexity is 21, that is too much high. And in this class we are having the name, age, address, email, and phone number of the customer, and then we are having the getter setter, and one method is here in this particular class. We want to update the customer information. So what we are passing the name, age, address, email, and phone number to this particular function. Correct. And over here what we are doing, we are checking the validation of name, we are checking the validation of age, we are checking the validation of address, we are checking the validation of email, and we are checking the validation of phone number. That phone number is not null, phone number is having the 10 digit number, that we are checking via regex. And if it is failing, then we are throwing the illegal argument exception. If name is not validate, that invalidate name exception, like that. So if everything is goes positive, then we are updating its name, age, address, email id, and phone number. So this is the method, and we can see its complexity is too much high, so we need to reduce this as well. And we need to remove this long method bloater code, because this method is too long, that may arise the problem when we are going to add some functionality into this. So how we can do this? So as we are having the principle that this if else and this logical operator increase the complexity. So what we can do, we can add one method over here that is gonna to check that whether name is valid or not. So we are going to extract this particular function to a method, and we will say validate name. And as we see, like once we move this particular code to the another method, then its complexity drop. So let's check the age validation in a separate method. Validate age. Let's validate this address in a separate method. Validate EDDRESS address. Validate email, and we can refactor this as well. Validate phone number. So now we can see that this functions cognitive code complexity is reduced, and as well as its cyclomatic code complexity is also reduced. So these methods is also having the cyclomatic and cognitive complexity is very less. So this is very good. So this is how we can reduce the longer method bloater code smell. Okay, so let's commit this. So we are gonna create one branch from here, and we will say long method bloater code smell fix. Open terminal, get status, git add src, git commit -m, reduce the long method bloater code smell. Push origin. And now let's move to the master branch again. So we discuss about this long method bloater code smell, and now we are going to talk about the another example of uh, long method parameter bloater code smell. So in this example we are seeing that we are having one calculator class, and inside this we are having calculate total, and in this particular we are having price, tax, shipping cost, discount, and after processing these variables we are returning the final cost of this particular product. Okay, so how we can reduce the long method parameter list? To reduce this, what we can do, because if we are going to increase these parameter list in a particular function, it may lead to the problem, because in future when somebody is going to use this particular function, he may or he is gonna uh, pass the wrong value at the wrong place. So that may have happen in future, if we are going to increase more parameters in the function. So how we can reduce this? So the one way is to create a class and pass the class object into the function. So how we can do this? So we are gonna use this. We can create a class my product, and inside this class we can have this variables, and if we want we can create the my product constructor, which is gonna have this value, and we will say this dot discount is equal to discount, this dot shipping cost is equal to shipping cost, this dot x is equal to text, this dot price is equal to price. And what we can do, we can create the getter setter of this particular function. So we have created the getter setter of these, and instead of passing these parameter, we can create a function which is gonna use the same thing, and we will say calculate total in effective way, and we will pass my product, and then we will say return product dot get price plus product dot get tax plus product dot shipping cost minus product dot get product discount. So this is how we can reduce the long method parameter list bloater code smell by binding these particular individual data variable into a class. So one more important thing that we can observe over here, even though previously that we are having this particular function, and this function is not having any complexity over here, it's a very simple function. But in future, if any parameter is going to increase, then may lead to the problem, and then we need to modify the n numbers of place where this function is used. So better if we are gonna use the class object over there, and then it will be beneficial for us. Okay, so let's commit this. And let's get add get commit. Give